What's up, everybody? I'm Justin Young. He is Garrett Tucker. Welcome to the Fast Break special edition this time. We got a new host with us this week. And Garrett, I'm so glad to have you with us because you, my friend, had a pretty good weekend yesterday. Pretty good Sunday out there in Guntersville at Supreme Courts for the HoopSeen Alabama Fall Preview Camp. I want to bring you on the show today to talk about that. We're going to talk about the theme of the action. We're going to talk about the top performers, top sleepers, and all the things in between from here and there. Do you still hear the ball bouncing in your head, or have you been able to kind of get it behind you and kind of move forward now?
Yeah, no, it was an action-packed day, that's for sure. There's a lot of good stuff to digest. So it's we're back down to that calm, and now the hard stuff begins, getting out all the content. And you say hard, but it's really easy. But no, it was definitely a good day. A lot of good talent in the gym, very competitive from start to finish. I thought it was a great day.
Yeah, it's funny when I think about the Alabama preview camp because of where this series started from in our early days of HoopSeen to where it is now in the state of Alabama. It's really one of my favorite weekends of the year because of the fact that I feel like this preview camp, more than any other one that we've done, always seems to yield players that truly do start their story. We're going to talk about that a little bit here on the show today, but it is cool to think where this camp started and where it is now, and the fact that we've been doing it since I think it was 2015, maybe 14. That was the first year that
right,
we did in Alabama. So it's been fun to see that this is a camp that still lives and breathes and keeps going further. So want to kind of dive into all that with you today. You know, every camp every year seems to always have like a theme to it, whether it's the bigs or it's the depth or it's the sophomores or whatever the case may be. From your point of view over there at Supreme Courts yesterday, what was the theme of this year's camp in 2023?
Definitely the guards. Had a lot of really, really good guards, and I feel like I'm beating a dead horse. This 2025 class is really good, really deep. We had a lot of good guards from the junior class, also the sophomore class. And then you trickled in some seniors and freshmen as well. But it's definitely the guards. I mean, going through creating the rosters, it's like, oh man, this team's going to have 2-3 of these kind of guys. Like, this is really, really good. So it was from top to bottom. The guards were really good. And as you can probably expect, there's a lot on our top performer list.
You mentioned the 25 class in Alabama, and it does feel like this is a group that will be, I don't want to say historic because that seems a little grand, but I feel like it'll be one of the better classes that we've seen from the state of Alabama over like the last decade or so as far as depth from top to bottom. Is that a pretty fair assessment?
I would say so. I think, as long as I've been doing this is the most depth I've ever seen. It's especially Division I talent. And I was telling somebody yesterday too, pre-transfer portal and everything, I think, you would see, 20, 25 kids that have had an opportunity to go play Division I basketball. Obviously, that's changed a little bit, so it's going to cut it some. But, I mean, there's still going to be, a good 12, 15 players that can play Division I basketball. And for Alabama, that's really good. And it's not just at the top, with the high majors, the SEC, ACC, it's going to trickle down to the mid and low majors. And there's also going to be some really good Division II players that come out of it as well.
Yeah, the depth overall just seems really, really strong, which is great to see. Which is, it's not funny. Like, so my wife reads a lot of these like real estate blogs and stuff, and she's always like keeping her eyes open for like where homes are selling. And without question, every single story that she reads, two of like the top, 20 cities in America that are growing the fastest are Huntsville, Alabama, and Birmingham, Alabama.
Yep.
So it's not surprising to see, like, as the state continues to evolve and grow with more people moving there, that we see like this uptick of talent year in and year out. So I feel like it goes hand in hand as families are moving there to Alabama, and we're seeing more players kind of come up to the ranks. So you are an OG though, Garrett. So you can be confident in that list of families that are moving to Alabama. So, but let's get into it. Let's talk about the top performers. I know that you said, well, I guess like how wide of a scope when you asked our staff who the top players were, like what was the response from your point of view as to, usually I feel like it's a pretty narrow, but maybe not the case this year.
Yeah. So, like you said, we've been doing this for 8-10 years for the Alabama camp. And usually the top performers, there's usually 5 to 10 guys that whenever we poll our coaches, staff, that it's pretty it's pretty unanimous.
Yeah,
Well, this one, I think there was 16 or 17 players that received votes to be as one of the best players in the camp, and it's a testament to the depth again, and just how good the talent was, how good the competition was. But yeah, unheard of. It was nearly impossible narrowing that 16, 17 down, because you can make arguments for so many different kids,
sure.
and just depending on how you look at it. But I'll jump right into it.
Yeah, let's
I
do it.
feel like I feel like the unanimous top guy for a lot of people was Jalen Alexander, a 2026 point guard from Oxford High School. I saw him in the summer, played with the Georgia Stars, looked really good for Oxford in the Scholastic event in Birmingham. He was just really good. He's always been a really good passer and creator and transition and everything. Now he showed he can shoot it, really filled it up. But he was definitely a favorite among our coaches. And I think his recruitment's going to trend towards a high major recruitment sooner rather than later.
Well, I'll pause you there. Jalen, if you're watching this, listen, we've already invited you to the Elite Preview coming up October 15th in Swanee in Metro Atlanta. That invitation stands. Check your DMs. We want to make sure we get you over there. That's really the top 26 and 27 guys in the South that we'll have at that camp. So, Jalen, it's good to see him. And we've seen that before where guys go to our fall camps, kill it, and then they kind of get that other invitation to go to that underclassmen camp. So it's good to see that Jalen Alexander was in there. I know you've raved about him for quite some time now as well. Who else stood out to you, Garrett, from the action on Sunday in camp?
So going back to the travel season, I can't tell you how many times I heard or was asked, "Hey, have you seen 3D Elite from the Auburn Opelika area?" And I didn't really get to watch them to Best of the South. Didn't get to watch them enough. But I would say the breakout guy from camp was Justin Holloway, 6'5", 6'6" forward from Opelika. He was really good, led his team to a 3-0 day. Really skilled, long arms, blocked a lot of shots, shot it a little bit. He's very intriguing and very talented. I think the sky's the limit for him. So I think he was a guy that really helped his case and really burst onto the scene. And hey, I guess I should have been watching 3D Elite a little bit more closely during the travel season. But no, he was very good, I thought, and really took the bull by the horns and use the stage for sure. Going down the list, I thought Trey Tisdale, an available senior from Keith High School, he had as good of a day as anyone. Offensively, shot it really well. Just really got stuff done from start to finish. I think the second game, he had 12 of the first 18, 20 points for his team. He really had it rolling. He was very impressive. His recruitment, I think, going into the high school season, he's going to be a guy that a lot of Division II junior colleges and even some Division I's are going to want to see. He translates, can make shots from different levels. So I thought he was really good. Caden Reichert, I know that's a soft spot for you.
Yeah.
You've been on that train for a long time. He just always so consistent. He played very well, shot it well, just rebounded it, brought it under control. I thought he was really good as well. And then Bryant James, another guy, no stranger to us. He put together a phenomenal day, shot it well, had some tough, savvy moves around the rim, just really brought it all on both ends of the floor. And then my top guy, or my favorite guy, I will say, was Fred Derrick from Buckhorn. State championship winning point guard, a Bulldog, just really took the camp environment and excelled, showed his patience and pick and roll opportunities, just really did a masterful job with the ball in his hands, picked his spots, and didn't do too much. I thought he was really good. And like I said, my favorite guy from the day.
I love it. I feel like you buried the lead a little bit. You got to give the guy a little shine. Moving to the top of the list if that's your favorite guy, man.
Save the best for last.
Okay, that's fair. You got to give him a little teaser. I like that. If you're watching this on YouTube, we appreciate it. Make sure you like and subscribe this video for more videos coming up. We'll have a lot more coverage, of course, with our Georgia Fall Preview Camp coming up on Saturday, or this is a Saturday, Sunday at Swanee Sports Academy in Metro Land, and then the Elite Preview the week after that for 26 and 27 classes. So make sure you like and subscribe. If you're watching this on X or Twitter or whatever you want to call it, make sure you hit that retweet or repost or whatever the narrative is now on this platform. Go ahead and do that for us as well. We appreciate you watching. Garrett, let me ask you this. And so I feel like this is a stage, and this is how we've always kind of designed this. There are players that kind of get the momentum, right? Like in early fall, early October, that kind of carries over into the high school season where maybe this is the jump start that they need. Because travel ball and camp ball, then the high school ball, each one of them pose different styles of play. But sometimes we see guys that use this camp to really kind of get things going on the high school season. Was there a guy from your point of view that maybe falls in this category that you want to keep your eyes on moving into the scholastic season?
Like you alluded to, the up and down style, and this guy just really brought it motor from the beginning. Was Isaiah Fuller from Austin. Basically 6'4", 6'5". I think he projects as a 4-man, but man, he gets a lot of stuff done. I thought he was really, really good. Really, he's going to be one of the top performers as well whenever we roll through with another 6. But he got stuff done, so productive. And, I'm like, man, there's going to be a junior college that's going to get really lucky because this guy's going to – I mean, he's what junior college basketball is about. And then I could see him having a really good career somewhere after that. He was really good, I thought. And then another guy was Terrence Pruitt from Hazel Green, 6'5", junior, that got some skill to him, a little bigger forward. But, man, he was just played an exciting style of play. I think his last game of the day, he hit 7 or 8 threes, just really was filling it up from all over, can play inside and out. He's going to be one. Hazel Green's going to be a school to watch this season. I think they're going to be sneaky good, and a lot of that's going to be with Terrence Pruitt leading the way. But definitely those two guys, they were really good.
I saw our guy Mekhi McKinney getting a crack talking about some of those guys. Got to give Mekhi a little burn. It's fun to see a guy that played with us now working for us, kind of doing the same kind of recycle, if you will, of this coverage of stuff of a camp that he played in when he was a player. So shout out to Mekhi for his coverage there. As is the case when we have this many players, there's always one or two guys that really kind of surprise, that kind of, I don't want to say come out of nowhere because I don't really like that phrase, but a guy that maybe you didn't know much about going into the season, or maybe just a guy that you've never heard of, which certainly happens all the time with the preview camp. Does anybody fall into this category for you from the Alabama fall preview?
Yeah, so I'll throw out James McFadden from Gadsden City. He's going to be a senior this year. He was another guy that got stuff done, just really used the time and impressed all the coaches had a lot of good things to say about him. He was on that top performer list as well. I think he could be a guy that, finds somewhere and goes to the next level after a good high school season. Another guy, Charlie Sims from Homewood, junior, played with the Tennessee Tigers. He shot it well. Another bigger forward, just did the dirty work, whatever you needed to do. Very coachable. Both of those guys were guys that I didn't really know a lot about, but I definitely know about them now, and so that was good to see. And then one more guy that I knew about but didn't realize necessarily how good he was is going to be Jeremiah Williams from Shades Valley. Known as a shooter, but he can do more than shoot it. I thought he was really good yesterday on Sunday as well. Just made the right play, classic dribble, pass, shoot guy. So those three guys all had quality days for sure.
I love it. Man, listen, like you said, there's so much depth that we're going to have you covered on HoopSeen.com with our top performers, our team-by-team list as we go through this coming week. So make sure you stay logged on. We got a lot of coverage coming up. And of course, make sure you follow us on Instagram too at HoopSeen. We're going to have some tons more photos from our guy Matt Lasco, who was there, headshots, action shots, etc. So make sure you stay logged on over there or follow us over there for more action over there too. So really good stuff, really good stuff. Garrett, this was fun, man. I love this camp. Like I said, year in and year out, there's always guys. I feel like at the top of this was really, really strong. We'll be seeing some players that, all state level guys, some guys that you mentioned, some state championship level guys, and really, man, it just was a clear reminder that high school basketball is literally right around the corner. So it's
it is, yes.
really bananas to think about that's here. I just cannot believe. I feel like we're still walking out of the Georgia World Congress Center, wrapping up the Best of the South. That's where my head's still at. So it kind of blows my mind. But anyways, good stuff, man. Let's do it again. And appreciate everybody that came out to the HoopSeen Alabama Fall Preview Camp. Garrett, appreciate your coverage. Makai McKinney, appreciate your coverage. And again, stay logged on to hoopseen.com for more coverage from Sunday's action out there at Supreme Courts in Guntersville. I'm Justin Young. Thanks for watching the Fast Break. We'll see you next time right here on hoopseen.com.